Good morning, and thank you again for joining me here on my channel. I want to give a big shout out to Mijay today. Thank you for asking me to do this video. He messaged me and was asking me a couple of questions about wearing face masks, and I thought it would be great to do a video with some myths and tips, because we're used to seeing face masks in our hospitals and our dental clinics. And I went out to the shops yesterday and I saw people wearing them in the supermarkets and on the streets and driving their cars and in the parks, and it's kind of getting quite scary out there to just be going around with your daily business, whatever that is these days, and to see people wearing a face mask. So like I said, today we're going to talk about some myths and tips about managing with a face mask. Obviously, with everything that is going on with COVID-19, you're going to see them more, and you may be thinking, do I need one? How do I wear one? And so I hope this video today will be able to help you with that. So let's start with myth number 1. Wearing a face mask does not make you a superhero. It is blowing my mind the number of people who I am seeing out and about who, because they're wearing a face mask, touch their face, touch loads of things, are wearing gloves which they're using to touch things and touch their face, and are not respecting the 2-meter distance that we're meant to be keeping between us and people who are not inside our household. I cannot say this enough. Wearing a face mask does not make you a superhero. It is still really important that you respect the distance requirements that the government has set and given out as information to all of us. The reason being is, even for us as dentists who use these face masks all the time, we are not working because we realize in part that one of the things that a mask can't do is to protect you from absolutely everything. There is still a risk involved in going out and interacting with other people, even if you're wearing a mask. So whenever you go out, whether you're wearing a mask or not, please remember you are not a superhero. It's still really important to follow all the guidance that is out there. Myth number 2. You most likely do not need an FFP3 mask. So if you've been looking online, you've probably seen people with masks that look like these or like these. These are respirator masks. What I would say is, unless you are working on the front line, if you're directly caring for people who are known to have COVID-19 or coronavirus, you don't need one of those. And actually, in so many places across the world, getting these masks are so hard to come by. So please, please, please leave those masks for the people who are fighting to save your family's lives when they turn up in hospital. In addition, on the market, there are loads of them around that are fake. We've seen lots and lots of fake products in the market. And so if you are buying one of these respirator masks and it seems really kind of cheap, probably isn't the real thing. But I can't encourage you enough to make sure that you are leaving those masks for the people who need them most. And those are our doctors and our frontline staff who are working with people who are confirmed cases. Myth number 3, your hands don't matter. Like I said earlier, it blows my mind the number of people who I have seen walking around with a face mask who aren't washing their hands, who are using gloves and are touching all kinds of things, touching their face, taking their mask off, putting it back on. What you do with your hands is absolutely, it's important. It's so imperative that you wash your hands, you have good hand hygiene, and that when you're out and about, that you don't touch things and then touch your face and then touch your mask. Just because you're wearing a mask, I guess it's kind of like myth number 1, it doesn't make you a superhero. Washing your hands regularly and using a hand gel is still incredibly important. So I'm going to go through a couple of tips about wearing face masks and how to do that safely. Tip number 1, clean your hands. Again, if you've got anything, whether that's bacteria, viral infection, or something on your hands and you're putting on a mask, you're actually just bringing that really close to your face. Now, if like me, you wear glasses some of the time and you're about to put a mask on, make sure you take those glasses off, because they can stop you from getting your mask flat on your face. So I've got 2 different types of mask here. They're basically exactly the same thing. This is my favorite because it's super easy. I'm going to show you how to use both of them. Now in these masks there's kind of like a little wire here that lets you bend the top of the mask, and this is meant to go around your nose. Now these masks are only useful if they're sitting flat against your face. So the first thing that I do is I put the mask towards my face, and I want to sculpt that nose bridge to the shape of my nose. I'm going to go back around my ears and down underneath my chin. And if I turn my head to the side, you'll see that there isn't much space and air to get around the sides, because coronavirus doesn't actually take any consideration as to what direction things are coming at. What will help is to have a good adaptation of the mask all the way around. Now, men, if you have a beard, you might find this challenging, and it might be that if you need to wear a mask or you want to wear a mask, that you decide to trim some of your beard off in order to make sure that this is going to be the most effective possible. I'm just going to show you again this same thing with this other type of mask. So again, I'm folding this against the bridge of my nose, and with these ties, you're going up nice and high with tie number 1, so you're going above your ears. Make sure you put in a nice knot and a bow up there. Again, you're going to extend the mask down underneath your chin, and then the next tie is going to go down towards the nape of your neck, and I'm going to turn it around so you can see that going down towards the nape of my neck. So one up top or one down below, and again, as you can see on the sides, we haven't got much space. Now when you're removing a mask, always make sure that you're taking it off from the back. Don't be pulling it up and down at the front here. And you want to take it off this way. Put your hand on the inside of the mask and fold it that way and put it in the bin. Now, there has been some stuff online about the fact that masks are in short supply, as we all know. If you're planning on reusing a reusable mask, leave it on something that's really hot, because heat will kill anything that's living on the inside of that mask. So some final take-home things. Stay safe and stay home and minimize your contact with people outside your household. That is the best thing that you can do in order to protect yourself and protect your family and the community who live around you. Having a mask does not make you a superhero. And it's still really important that you follow the guidance wherever in the world it is that you are in order to keep yourself safe. I hope that has been useful. If you want to see more video content like this, you can follow me on Facebook or Instagram. I'm going to put my handle down here, and hopefully I will see you soon. Bye!